recording.
Oh.
Do you know what episode it is, Julian?
Yeah. No.
I've forgotten a number. I can check.
134 maybe.
134 maybe. Let's go 134 or 133. And let's just begin. We don't even need to. We can cut in after that.
Yeah.
The number will be up anyway,
It's
won't it?
cutting now.
We don't need to know what the number is.
We don't. Welcome to TVI podcast, Bella Hull.
Thank
Hi.
you very much for having me.
For anyone
guys.
watching the video, not live, obviously. This
No.
isn't streamed.
This isn't live streamed.
But normally we have a name board that Julian bought in, what's that shop? Flying Tiger. And
You don't have to tell them in the we got it made by TVI PLC.
But basically we couldn't use it for you because you've got too many L's in your name. Bella
Yeah.
Hull has 4
Someone
L's.
actually bought that for the podcast.
I did
Did
suggest
they really?
just putting one
You didn't
L.
tell me that.
I know, but it was a gift from someone.
Fucking surely tell me.
Oh,
If somebody buys a gift to the podcast, Julian just doesn't tell me. Sorry.
It was a gift.
Look rude. So anyway, your name has too many L's. That's the starting point of this
So
interview.
we've
Yeah,
contacted
it's 4.
Deed Poll and
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah,
take
yeah,
a couple of them L's out, mate.
Bela, that would have worked fine.
Have you got, and you don't need to tell us the middle name or middle names, but have you got any L's in the middles?
I've got one.
One. So
Elizabeth.
5 L.
Elizabeth, correct? Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
So you just guessed it?
Yeah, but it's easy to guess, isn't it?
No.
I mean,
how is that easy?
I
That
To
is
walk
not, I
around-
would not have.
Everyone's middle name is Elizabeth.
My sister's is actually.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. Right,
Elizabeth
And
is
mine.
I didn't realise.
Or Louise. I feel
Julian
like.
Elizabeth Deane.
Lizzie.
Have you got a middle name, Aslan? He's not got his mic on, so I'm interested.
No, in Kazakhstan we don't get middle names.
Do you not?
Oh.
That's like the Irish. I've not
Yeah.
got
Do you
a
get-
middle name because
you-
my parents
you like-
are Irish.
Yeah,
Do
you
you
pick
get
up your
first names there?
yeah. So it's like Aslan Junusov.
Yeah.
It's like Arslan Junusov,
Yeah.
and then you take your dad's name is your kind of middle name. So it'd be like Baglanovich.
Okay.
Baglan is my dad's name.
The postman and stuff like that.
Hey.
You've got no middle name.
Got no middle name.
Is that an Irish thing?
It's quite common that Irish parents just can't be asked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They just
Not
cut
good
to
with
the chase.
paperwork.
But doesn't everyone have the same name in Ireland?
There's popular names. Patrick is very popular.
Yeah.
Um,
O'Reilly.
Surnames are, there's a lot of, I often meet a Donnelly when I'm on my travels.
When you're
I
at
knew
your
it
family's
was.
house.
When I'm at my parents'
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
But they are, it's quite a
Everywhere.
common name.
Mm.
Is Hull your real name or is it a stage name?
Why would Hull be my stage
That'd be a
name?
fun thing to pick. City of culture,
That would
mate.
be-
Bella
really-
Skegness.
Yeah. Change it to Coventry.
But it was a city of culture. It's actually, do you know what?
In
Hull,
2017.
in the last, in my time of doing comedy, first time I ever went to do a gig in Hull, like I genuinely had that London pretentious thing of being like, this is one of the biggest shitholes I've ever been to.
Yeah, of course.
And then when I
Sorry,
went,
Hull.
I passed
Me
through
and
it.
Hull have that in common.
I passed through it not too long ago, 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and it's definitely come along a bit.
No,
Which
it's
I know
the
is-
second biggest shithole.
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere else has just gone down.
Well, maybe there is that. There has been since
Maybe
then a
you've just
financial
seen
crash.
some shit since then.
I don't know, but I know it felt like there's a little, when it has got a little burgeoning sort of creative scene, and I got a nice coffee. That's always a sign that somewhere's
A
on the up.
nice coffee.
You know what I mean? Not
A
like
nice
a
independent
Starbucks.
coffee.
Yeah, somewhere where
I've never been to Hull. I never want to go.
Do you not think you should, as your namesake?
I think if I did a gig in Hull, I would die on my ass.
I mean,
My first joke is about that.
that is correct.
Ah.
But
And also, it's one of those jokes where I feel like I can't. Do you ever have those jokes where it feels like you can't actually continue with your set until you've got that out of the way?
I think I used to.
Yeah.
But
maybe
then
it's,
Well,
sort
as
of-
in, it's like an opener.
yeah, it's my opener, it's the introduction, and then I can do whatever I want. But I find it too hard.
That's
to get on
Julian's
stage.
whole 20. you can't move on until you've done the whole thing, mate.
Why are you laughing so hard at that?
Hey.
You were sort of, your face is both warm and then it becomes like the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's
Good.
In an
that
instant.
comes with being a psychopath.
Yeah.
Just trying to learn human emotions.
You're like Mark Zuckerberg in that
trying to
advert.
learn from you.
Have you seen that
They
advert?
smile
You're just
sometimes.
Watching a lot.
Have you seen the advert with Mark Zuckerberg?
No, but is there barbecue sauce in the background?
There's on a shelf in like a bookcase.
There's barbecue sauce on a bookshelf.
Which makes me think, do you not, I mean, it's one of them things, do you know when something like that, where it's obviously going to be one of the biggest viewed things,
Yeah.
that feels like, was that a conscious, has he put that
it's
there thinking
100%
people will talk about the barbecue sauce? He's
Yeah.
got like a PR person going, put
He
some
knew
barbecue
that
sauce.
that would be memeable.
Yeah. But he is so devoid of any emotional.
He's so violently like reptilian.
He is, isn't he? Like it feels like
Quite an affront.
Yeah, but it's almost like you'd think why doesn't he step back and like let there be a face of Facebook or Meta, whatever it's called now.
Pick a face.
But yeah, just have
Like
somebody
a
who's got
model.
some charisma do the shit. Because
Like
everyone,
face
every time he
appeal.
does anything, everyone takes the piss out of him for having no emotion.
But it goes viral, doesn't it?
Yeah, but he also gets loads of shit for it. Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like he needs a new. What I'm saying is, I think I'm going to step forward. I want to be the face of Facebook, Meta.
What
Anyway.
is in like in the same way that other like Dior will have a face or Chanel will have a face?
Yeah, like most
Facebook
big
Like I get a
brands-
model to do it.
Well, yeah, just get why most
Or
brands
Nancy
don't have the CEO doing the fucking
doing all the
adverts.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
weird.
So true.
It's a big business,
It is fucking weird.
isn't it?
And it's
Yeah.
hardly like he's a likable person.
No.
So why are they choosing him?
Yeah, exactly.
He looks bizarre. He's
Yeah.
actually the kind of person you don't want to be friends with.
It's
Ironically.
detrimental, isn't
Yeah.
it? I think.
I
to their
suppose he's like a
brand.
robotic person, and the product is like a kind of just a robotic thing, isn't it? It's not the
almost-
people that. It's not the warmth of the CEO that makes you use it. It's
No.
you
At
chat
least
to your
he's not
mates, innit?
pretending.
Yeah.
It's almost he's so wrong, he's right.
Yeah.
He's so like devoid of anything that it comes full circle, and then actually you think, well, probably if something psycho was going on, he wouldn't want to lie about it.
Yeah. Talking of viral sort of memey video stuff, just before we hit record, you were saying how you fell into the Starbucks. What's the word?
Starbucks,
The viral trap that they do. I didn't
did.
know this. I
It
don't
was
know.
actually,
Is this true though? Because you said you
So,
told us that they
I've heard-
actively.
yeah,
Go on, you can tell because I
I've heard
find this unbearable.
that they actively told their staff to put the wrong name on people's cups, so people would Instagram it and be like, hey, it's the wrong name.
Oh yeah, you might want to.
And I did it with.
It's a microphone.
It's actually again, I feel my fight or flight has kicked in, and I think I'm going to fight. but give it to
No
Do
fighting,
it.
please. No
Yeah,
fighting on
yeah.
the podcast.
I think you would destroy me like a bear, a polar bear,
That is.
and I'm like an ice cube.
The
That's a weird matchup that you've picked. A
Yeah.
bear and an ice cube.
Yeah.
That classic. Who would you rather?
Classic.
Who would win in a fight?
Yeah.
That's the one that always comes up, innit?
Not a bear and a lion.
Yeah, it's always like normally it's a bear and a great white shark.
Joe
or
Rogan talks
something.
about a bear v a lion. We
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about bear v
Is
Bear
that
v
the
ice
aim for this
cube.
podcast? Sort of Joe Rogan is a guest ultimately.
What is this the aim for this podcast?
Yeah.
Did you say? I don't think we're two.
Dream guest.
We're
Who's the
two
dream guest?
vegans who talk about
Are you
shit.
both vegan?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Is that what the V stands for?
It
in
did. It
TV?
does. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, but we reined it back. We sort of it
What's
used to
TVI?
it used to be called Two Vegan Idiots, and then we found it was a bit exclusive
that-
to
oh,
non-vegan.
But we changed it like M&S,
Would you only have
like
vegan
ITV.
guests?
No, never. We've,
You're not a vegan.
Shall I leave?
sorry, just got to go.
Can we cut it?
I do like vegan, those Richmond sausages.
They are. Do you know what they are? This is such a modern, like, you know, I've been vegan since before you could get a good vegan sausage.
Really?
So now
And
I'm
the sausages are just
excited,
sawdust.
but also I'm somewhat. What's the word? I begrudgingly accept that now people go like, "Oh, them vegan sausages are great," and you're like, "You weren't fucking there, man."
Yeah, so
10
what you
years ago,
actually
and it
liked
was
is
shit.
You liked being special.
I think to a certain, yeah, everyone does, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and
You went there when I
enjoyed-
was sneaking real sausages in the toilet.
The toilet.
But you know what I mean? It was like
Wow.
eating cardboard up to about
Yeah.
5 years ago.
That's
So
where I eat
actually-
my meat.
You kind of appreciated the hardship of vegan.
Well, it felt like, you know, at
It
least
was
then
like
you,
a martyrdom thing.
there's an element of feeling like, you know, anything worthy that you do does tend to feel like you've sacrificed. Now it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like a sacrifice being vegan.
Because it's easy and cool.
Yeah.
Because it's sick.
No, it's too easy now.
It's-
I feel
yeah,
like we need to
it's
go
too
back.
cool.
We need to cut back on all the vegan brands.
Yeah.
And we need to go back to shit fake meats. Luckily, there are still some brands knocking out some doo-doo.
Yeah.
Like Quorn.
Oh,
Have you tried
Quorn.
Quorn vegan chicken slices?
No.
It's one of the
What are they made
le-
of?
Chicken feathers or something.
I think Quorn is made technically. It's very close to a mushroom. It's a fungi.
Okay. A bit like you.
A bit like me, but I'm not a fungi anymore. I'm very boring these days. But I think it's made of that. But it's a fucking science. Have you ever seen Quorn when it comes out of the machine? And why would you?
No.
Yeah.
Guys, you ever been on the tour of the Quorn factory?
When do I not see that?
You know, it's one of the top 3 things. M&M World, Quorn factory.
I've been to Cadbury World.
Where is that?
It's in Birmingham.
And is it actually the main
I actually think
factory?
it might be in Bourneville.
Is that a place? Oh, so that's
Bourneville is a place. Actually, it's somewhere in or near Birmingham.
Okay.
But
So, and is it a real
sick.
working factory? Do you get to see chocolate being made?
Hell yeah.
I really do you get to taste
And
chocolate.
it's like a factory that has been accommodated for the like they know what they're doing. Like they really put on a show.
Yeah.
And it's
Do you reckon do they have actors as staff?
it's mind blowing.
Like the people that work in the factory, like we've got a tour coming through, get off, and all the actors come in and they're fucking
Little Oompa Loompa.
They're doing like impro games before you come in the door to get worked up.
And it's amazing because like my lifestyle is very much like Grandad in Willy Wonka. Like
right.
I'm
just
I-
bed
Just
ridden.
in bed with your family.
I'm just in bed with my family the whole time.
What do you get to see? Do you get to see how it's all made?
Yeah, you get to see.
Is it interesting how it's made,
Yeah,
or is it just like, oh,
It's just mesmerising.
is it?
Yeah.
What the way they
It's
mix
just
it and it's all the
it's a
colours.
spectacle. I love seeing a massive vat of shit getting mixed up,
Right.
made.
Who
into a-
doesn't?
Yeah.
compressed into a packet, and then it goes along the thing. And
Well, guess
see
what?
the whole thing.
Guess what? You need to watch videos of Quorn being made. It's Quorn's disgusting because chocolate, I imagine, looks very inviting.
Yeah.
Quorn
You get
comes
some
out.
freebies.
No, but I did buy a 30cm ruler.
And what about any chocolate?
You didn't buy any chocolate.
No, I actually.
Was
well, the
stationery
thing is,
open
I
next
went,
door?
I want to
Was
say
then
I
went
went
to
in year
Ryman's.
8, and I at that point was a little piggy.
Right. Yeah. Were you a chubby child?
Yeah, I was a massive
I was a
tubster.
chubby child.
And it's very traumatizing when you're a tubby kid to eat chocolate in front of other thin kids.
Definitely.
So I didn't eat. I didn't
Did you
buy
eat it really
any
quickly?
chocolate.
I had I had a couple of year period in my teens where my nickname at school was Cake because
Really?
I ate a cake.
Wow.
That was it. That's all I had to do.
And a whole cake.
Well, I mean, I ate a lot of cake.
I mean, how
Yeah,
big
yeah,
were
yeah.
you? How?
I
what
was.
the-
I reckon I
how
peaked
tall were you?
about 12. How tall was I? I mean, not tall enough for my weight,
And
obviously.
and how much did you weigh then? The most?
I don't know. I wasn't weighing myself. I wasn't
Oh.
fucking. What 11-year-old is going? I'm just going to jump on the scale.
I had
yeah.
to jump on the scales in year 7. We all had to calculate our BMIs.
Did you?
Oh
It's
no!
one of the most traumatic.
that
things
is.
that's ever
That
happened
feels
to
because
me.
obviously you're
'Cause obviously
younger
I
than
was
us.
the biggest in the year.
Were you really?
Yeah.
What were your
What were my
chubby
stats?
years?
What were your stats?
Give us the breakdown.
I want to say I was tubby.
What was your BMI?
Oh, it would have been over 30 for sure.
I don't know what that means. What's
That's
the?
like.
Well, the average for a woman is about 20, though, isn't it? Women have got higher than
Are you
men.
fat shaming me?
Yes.
Okay.
Just like this whole podcast, it's just a fat. We get people in and we fat shame.
But it's never gonna go away. Do you know what I mean? Like my.
Oh, when you've been
body-
chubby,
Oh,
you're.
it's never-
I
I've
have
just
a
accepted that.
constant sort of. Yeah, I'm always going to be a fat guy in my head.
Yeah, I'm always gonna be a little piggy.
It happens, but
I
so
think
what was
we
it?
all are, though, aren't we? Like,
I mean,
just potentially
yeah.
fat.
My fat years, to answer your question.
Sound like a really angry PT. That's the day one of the PT sessions, right? You are potentially fat.
Get on that treble, you fat cunt. Isn't fat cunt such a like?
It's so
Because not only
harsh.
are you overweight, you're a cunt. As
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
so
really
bad.
it's
Yeah.
like, that's a harsh critique of
you-
anyone.
Couple of fat cunts here.
That's a really rude thing. to
It's
say.
so harsh, isn't it?
So what was your age window when you were
I want to
chubby?
say I was fat from 7 to
Oh, you got in early.
yeah. I got a 7 to
Spit it out.
17, 18.
Oh, so you had a decade of it. Because mine was
And
quite short
I
lived.
only really feel because the weight loss when I was at uni was extremely slow. It was incremental.
Right.
Do you think, in a way, like being big as a kid, you got a personality from that?
Oh yeah, I'm fucking funny now.
No, not really. No, I meant. no.
Is that real?
Oh, yeah, I
'Cause
think
I
that's,
often-
I think
and that's a good thing. And then
I
you
think
just,
you're a beautiful child. You're fucked.
yeah, I was.
yeah.
Yeah, were you?
That's all your issue.
I was like the opposite to the ugly duckling.
Yeah,
But
too fit.
Yeah, but I didn't mean to say yeah. Like you said something wrong. I was just thinking, so you've got a personality, lost the weight.
I don't know, but I reckon that is a bit of a...
bit of a cliche.
It's not a cliche, but I reckon there'd be plenty of people that said no, like the opposite, that they sort of, because of bullying at school, probably shrank into themselves. And you know what I mean?
yeah.
I
Just
definitely
became
think it
evil.
helped. Because I did that thing because I was big, of like aligning myself with the sort of naughty bullies and being like, I'm going to be the funny one who...
Being the
big
little-
I'm like,
fat
I was
bully
basically like
kid.
I was like the writer for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was the
yeah.
writer. I was in the sort of writing room, knocking
Yeah.
out all the bully lines for them
Yeah.
to say to other kids.
You were one of the Harvard lampoons.
Well, that's what
of
I
your
could just
primary school.
just kick back and just say they wouldn't. I'd get a free pass because I was the funny one.
Yeah.
And then so
Like,
I think it helped me, like sort of in that sense.
Because it's a certain breed of alpha, isn't it? The like fat kid that's nasty.
I wasn't nasty.
I was
just-
scared of the big fat kids because like
They
They-
destroy you.
they were like bullyish, man.
I wasn't
And they're
big. I wasn't like
presents.
a big dominant. I was just a little chubby kid with the other ones, and I was like,
Oh, okay, but it's kind of because you were under their wing.
yeah,
Were you
totally.
vulnerable to
Oh,
them?
totally. I was a team member. I
What was
like,
the fattest thing that you used to eat?
me and my brother used to. My brother was fat as well.
Yeah. Same.
And we used to eat whole Sara Lee chocolate gatos.
Okay.
Sarah Lee.
Interesting.
Sara Lee chocolate gatos. They used to sell them in Iceland for like £1, and it was game changing. Like sort
Wow.
of, you know, proper.
Black Forest.
That
So
sort
you'd
of.
have dinner, and then would your mum allow you to kind of?
No,
get
I mean they wouldn't.
fat?
Yeah, I don't think. Well, weirdly, my mum is actually quite fat shamey. My mum's
Oh,
a
so
tiny
is my
whippet
mum.
of a woman.
Did that
4'11".
drive you to food?
I think it didn't help.
Helped you rebel?
Yeah, I did it to show her.
Yeah.
Like, you think I'm fat now? Watch
think
this in
this is
6
fat.
months, you little bitch. She's naturally. My mum is a quite a critical
Salt.
little Irish woman.
Oh, right. Okay.
She was very good looking, very sort of short, very skinny, always dressed great.
Like
Got any
a whippet,
pics?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send you some.
No, I've got a couple. Just because if not, I can pop you some over.
From your photo vault. So she was always quite critical of aesthetics with me and my brother. Like, you know what I mean? You would walk in and you'd have had your hair cut and she'd just dig you out. Like, she wouldn't mean to, but she'd be like, oh,
she was
that's the one you're going for now,
original
was it? You know, like,
General.
just, yeah. So like, she always like, she didn't mean to. It wasn't she wasn't doing it consciously. It's just her nature is quite negative rather than positive.
Yeah.
So I always
And
felt,
it's from a place of love.
I just think it was just from a place of saying some words out loud when you walked into a room.
Sure.
They
There
put
was no-
they put their issues on
I mean,
you.
that
don't
would
they?
be it. She's
Yeah.
she's very self-conscious as well. So
Yeah, maybe she's skinny because actually she's...
Vomits her dinner like everyone should. Did you start on that?
What, when I got skinny? No, I've never vomited up.
what
What I used to do...
what do you mean, vomit in your mouth and
As
swallow
in
again?
bulimia, I
No.
never touched that. In terms of the fat, I want to share the fattest thing that me and my brother used to do,
Yep.
which is, you know, when you like get a snack, your mum gets you a snack to have on the ride home from the supermarket.
Yeah.
And normally it's something small. When me and my brother would be given an entire rotisserie chicken.
No.
Yeah, and we just
Hold,
fucking-
what are you, the Flintstones or
and
something?
we just fucking,
Was it dead?
just fucking destroy it
That is, me and my mates used
in
to
the 15
That's
minute
supposed to be a
journey home
pet.
from
That
Acton
is-
Morrison's. Yeah, it was,
Not a whole one,
Yeah.
not a little
But you've got a
poussin.
lot of protein then.
yeah, but I didn't use it. Actually, do you wanna
She
know
wasn't
something?
weightlifting at the time,
you wanna know-
just sitting in the back of a car.
My mum.
Were you moving
got so
steel in them
distraught.
years?
At one point, my mum was so distraught about my weight that we bought a trampoline, and she told me that she'd pay me 50p for every 15 minutes I jumped on the trampoline.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's a good mum.
Yeah.
What did your mum do?
She was a hearing therapist.
Sorry, not really.
She's still alive, no, but she's retired now.
All right.
She's still alive.
Oh,
Did
I
you
just
say
got
she's
your-
still alive?
Yeah, because I said
Yeah.
she was a hearing therapist, which you could have interpreted as.
Oh, she's retired.
Yeah, she has
You just got my what?
I just got your joke.
Cool. We could snip that and do it.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah,
Nothing
so
gets
that I did
snipped.
Can you
get
do
it.
a quick
Goes
laugh
out
to the
as
camera?
live.
like that?
There we go.
Yeah.
Snip, snip.
What was your no, I don't know why this is such. Now we're going to talk about this. What was your weight loss journey?
My weight loss journey was.
Did you do it in a healthy way or
oh, no,
crying in the toilet?
Definitely not.
Drinking and
Stuff
just
like-
not eating at
Crack.
university.
like nitol instead of dinner.
Delicious.
Oh,
Yeah. Kind
Did you have a dessert?
No, but when I was fat, I used to eat an entire roll of Lotus biscuits.
Okay.
When
don't
you start
know.
calling them a roll, that you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's a pack of biscuits used to.
sleeve.
I used to really love a pack of biscuits.
Yeah.
And now you look back and you're like, it's insane. Like I'll never ever be the person who can be like, oh, I'll just have one. But I'm now not somebody who goes,
Now
I'm going to eat.
I can't have a pack.
Minimum half a pack was my sort of my go-to.
And what food do you kind of just your mouth waters for?
Mashed potato.
For real?
That's not that bad. That's not a bad
You like
one.
savoury stuff, not like a.
I'm getting more savoury as I age.
What about the Snickers ice creams?
Oh, Snickers, no. Too
I
lazy.
did do that. Do you know what? There are certain flavours. I mean, actually now there are certain vegan-y versions, but like a Snickers ice cream, I used to love
used
that
to
shit,
whole
man.
box in a hotel.
Oh my god, man!
This is a cultural.
Just get a hotel room just for that.
Just that.
Be on late rooms going, I've got a pack. I need somewhere to eat them.
Exactly. I used to fucking binge eat on the road.
Yeah.
Just so much sugar.
I don't see you as a binge eater. I see you as someone with extreme levels of control.
Thank you. You could say that.
Yeah.
You couldn't. You're the most addictive personality person I know.
No, but I do.
But I
The
suppose
things that are killing me
Yeah,
first.
that's true.
I don't drink. I don't.
You're very good
do
at
drugs. I don't.
You're very
I try
good at
not to
putting
eat
rules
sugar.
on certain parts.
But I just pick my vices and just go at them.
Yeah.
What are your vices? Coffee? Vaping?
Coffee, vaping, yeah.
Veganism?
And poon, not really. No, just coffee, vaping, and procrastinating, I guess.
Have you? Here's another. I definitely like when you start hitting the road in comedy. It can be quite hard to eat healthily.
Oh, it's
What's your sort of?
Take a little Tupperware with you.
And you feel, but then you feel like
with a
such
whole rotary chicken in it.
But you feel like such a loser if you
Yeah,
show up to a
do.
gig backstage and
And
like, do you
you're
want some
just
food? And you're there eating your fucking kidney
I know.
Mart sandwich.
I do it sometimes, but I don't eat in front of everyone. I just eat in my
Get a
car.
hotel room again.
I just eat it in the car park like a winner. I did it the other day, actually, to Grimsby. I just sat in my car and ate a little Tupperware.
What's your go-to Tupperware meal?
I can't remember what that was. Like, I don't know. I should have a better answer.
For me, what do I make? I'm actually really sad. I just love a ham sandwich for dinner.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
What else do you put in it? Just
like cherry tomatoes,
Oh, it's all right.
celery.
It's not. I mean, that's
that's
not
good.
a old. That's not. I thought you meant like a old school old lady ham sandwich, which is just the butters.
no.
The butter's thicker than the ham.
No, as in,
one bit of ham.
I have the
white
butter-
bread.
Yeah, that is correct. That is what I do. But I also have a little snack pouch with vegetables.
What?
And people love to comment on it on the train. You can never eat celery on a train without people.
Can you shut up
Thinking.
crunching?
It is.
Yeah.
Isn't it
Or
that
they're
is-
like, oh, like it's a statement. It's a.
What's that fact
psychological
about
statement.
celery where they say it actually burns more calories than you take in eating it?
Because it's so.
It's still
crunchy.
got a lot of goodness in it, though, micronutrients.
Yeah. But in terms of calories, like it's actually you'll come out of a
You're right.
deficit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is pretty impressive.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Talking of bread, I saw.
But I was
funny-
anti-bread for a very long
What
time.
colour
Really?
bread?
Nowadays, I love just. I actually love bagels.
I love a bagel. What do you like? Do you go for them sort of? What's the New York ones that you get
I like
for
the
like
New
always
York
on
ones.
deals in Sainsbury's?
I know,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
those deals about? No one's buying
All the
them.
I love 'em,
Warburton's
mate.
pre-sliced.
Do you know what I
I'm
always
lazy.
pre-sliced bagels?
Just
They're
need some
good because you know what I
coffee.
like to do with a bagel, guys.
Yeah.
Is that
Throw
chuck
it.
them in the freezer, right?
Fuck
And then because obviously sometimes I might not go through 5 bagels in 5 days. I want to keep them fresh in it, right? So I put them in the freezer
Yeah.
when they're pre-sliced. You take them out of the freezer, pop them in hot,
Oh, you
like that.
slice them first?
No,
Or
but
you get
the ones that are
one?
pre-sliced,
Okay.
then you can pop them in half, chuck them in the toaster, put it on defrost, toast from there.
Easy.
Easy.
And they're fresh.
Exactly.
From frozen into
From
the
frozen
toaster.
straight into the toaster. It's
I've
the
gotten
dream.
more into bread recently.
Did you see there was a thing that went round? It went viral this week, guys. Was Americans finding out that other countries' bread is nice? Do you know about this?
No.
Basically, there was a woman who on a forum somewhere who just posted this thing like she was in Australia and she was like, "I've just tasted bread and it's so amazing," and the brand she said is like a quite average Australian bread brand. It would be your Hovis,
Yeah.
right? And she was talking about it like it was your A grade sourdough shit.
Really?
And
What's
basically
the bread like
because
in America?
terrible because they put sugar in it, right? So it tastes like
Oh.
it tastes almost like a cake. So when any sandwich they have,
It's like brioche.
well, sort of, yeah.
Brioche is nice.
But only for you can't have it with everything. If you have a very savoury sandwich,
Yeah, you can't
brioche is
have
going to ruin it, innit? Because it's sweet, yeah. So like she basically learnt that other countries don't put sugar in their bread,
I see.
and it blew her mind. And loads of people were discussing like what it's like to eat American bread. Turns
I've
out
never
bad.
eaten American bread.
I have, and it isn't good. But then nowadays, the hipster movement has meant that you can get an artisan bread.
Don't know why that made me
Sorta.
jump so much. My tea bag just fell in my
But that's, I mean, I think the
TVI
sort of
cup.
the artisan bread movement of the last decade has been a game changer, isn't it?
The sourdough starter culture.
Have you ever tried to make sourdough bread?
Never.
It's impossible.
Is it?
I tried during
Do
lockdown,
you
as
try with
everyone
the goo?
fucking did. Yeah, I got given
Like in
I got given a starter by
Yeah.
a friend.
Which is a
and
ball of goo, right?
it's a jar of what looks like jizz.
Yeah.
Right, and then
Oh,
you
okay,
start
it's
from
running.
there.
Sure it wasn't
Well,
jizz?
it's no, it is to a certain degree, but
It's viscous.
it is viscous.
Gloopy.
Yeah, very gloopy.
Okay.
And then I thought you just take that out and make bread with it. You've got to make another thing with that,
yeah.
and then you've got to keep feeding that, and then it's basically it's about a 3-day.
Just go and
Venture.
buy some bread, innit?
Exactly. It's fucking, you know what I
Get
mean?
down Aldi, mate.
Yeah, mate. You can get bread you can get bloody sourdough bread in Tesco's, mate. I was like, I'm not spending 3 days on a loaf,
No.
and then to fuck it up
And
as
then
well.
for it to be like for it to be fine.
Well, it was dog shit. My first one I
Really?
made was really shit, and then I just threw the thing in the bin. So there we go. Poor thing. But it's we were gonna. There was something I wanted to say about a few minutes ago, and I'm forgetting it because we got onto bread. Fuck.
We were talking about
We were
weight
talking
loss.
about. We're talking about your weight loss journey. Sorry.
I've never had anyone describe it to me that way.
As a journey.
As a journey.
I
But
know,
I
but it
suppose it
feels
was a journey.
Modern, doesn't it, to say like, what was your journey?
I would watch a lot of YouTube videos of people losing drastic amounts of weight.
What was their techniques?
Their techniques were drinking a shit ton of water.
That's really good, isn't it? Water.
Yeah,
like
in
4
lockdown.
litres a day.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would drink a gallon of day in lockdown.
So much.
Now I can't.
It's just an effort, isn't
You
it?
just want to wee too much
Yeah.
as well.
Well, that's the
It's
problem.
just too much wee.
And what?
It's never too much wee. There's sometimes not enough.
Never too much wee.
And
That's another one of your personal trainers like bulletin points.
There's never too much piss.
never too much piss.
Move that steel.
Next time I want to see, I want you to see you rolling around in piss.
It's nice though, isn't it, when you drink loads of water and you go wee.
And it's
like,
really
ah,
clear.
Yeah, it's like Evian, and you
Yeah.
can just put
I
it
quite
back in the
like-
bottle.
When
Sell
you're
it.
really hungover and it's like the first wee is like disgusting.
Oh my god!
and then you're like,
it's
you
like
know
Barocca,
what?
isn't
You
it?
know what
It's
I'm
just
gonna
gross.
do? I'm gonna fucking transform this shit. Do you know
It
what
is,
I mean?
yeah. It is. I mean, it is
by the
a
evening it's
horrible
clear.
reminder of how
like a
how your
beautiful
body is
waterfall.
functioning, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like, and not to get too scatological, but you know, when
Can
you're
never get
when you're
too much
vegan,
scatologically.
you tend to be very regular
Yeah.
with your number
Oh,
twos.
do you?
Very.
Lots of fibre.
Well, like you're not eating too much stuff that's hard to digest, like meat, right? So
Oh.
naturally things go through the system a bit quicker. So like I can always tell based on my movements
Yeah.
what if I'm eating well or if I'm eating not. Like my morning one is like fucking clockwork. Like,
Really?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Assisted with coffee.
No, within 15 minutes of getting out of bed.
Really?
If I'm not on the toilet.
Is it one of them no wipe bad boys?
No, well, sometimes. I mean, but I do wipe because
like
I'm not
a dog.
disgusting. I'm not just testing that out. But I like. Yeah,
I wipe before.
if I haven't gone in the first.
I'm a busy man.
Exactly, mate. Just got to get it done.
Mm.
But if I've not gone within 15 minutes of getting up, I'm like, yesterday I ate badly.
Oh, really?
That's how sort
15
of
minutes.
15 minutes.
That's
my body goes.
When
G-
me and my
gets
mum
to
take the
the
dog out
toilet.
for a walk.
You have a
Yeah.
shit.
If we don't shit in the park with it, I know something's wrong.
All three of us shit together.
No, but the dog
It's
like
our
just
time.
You get him to
dog,
pick it up
give it
after
5
you.
minutes and the dog has
What dog have you got?
a giant poodle.
Okay.
Oh, is it well groomed?
It's impeccably groomed.
Really?
Yeah. Within
Oh.
an inch of it.
How often is it groomed?
I want to say every 6 weeks.
I once spent a week working in a dog groomer's.
Did you? A
when-
week?
Did they know?
It was 2 weeks actually. It was I'm sure I've told this story about.
What happened?
I did what's it called, work experience at school.
Okay.
And because I was a bit naughty.
Go and pin down that Rottweiler.
Well,
Well,
no,
shave it.
I thought if I kept my head down, everyone else was. They said, right, go and try and find your own, and if you can't find one, we'll sort one out for you.
Okay.
And I thought, if I keep my head down and don't mention it, I'll just have 2 weeks off school. And I didn't realise that was illegal.
Yeah.
So on the last day before we broke up for work experience, I got called into the careers advisor. And he said, we just realised you haven't got a work experience. Have you not sorted one? I went, yeah, I tried, couldn't find one. Sorry, guys, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And then they said, no, it's legally you have to be somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I know, but, it's luck of the...
Yeah.
And then he said, oh, no, we've got a couple of, emergency ones.
How old were you?
16.
And you were just trying to sort of, but it's fine.
I was very good at getting out of school.
Really?
Yeah, I was great at it. Honestly.
Me too, actually.
I was a top drawer bunker.
Me too. It's another thing we have in common. I didn't do PE for 4 years.
Oh, cross country.
A couple of fat kids bunking
That's
off.
it. But you learn that shit when you're fat. Right? I remember
you do it survival.
I got caught getting a bus during
Today
cross
I
country.
feast.
I didn't. Basically, we had a cross country. This was when I was 11, and that's when I first got big. And we did cross country, and I was going to a school in Streatham, and the cross country was around Streatham Common, and so you had to run all the way down Streatham Hill and then back up. And there was a bus that just ran down Streatham Hill. I thought I'll get it to the bottom and then just walk up. And I didn't realise they'd put marshals at the bus stop at the bottom of the road. So I just get off the bus and they're fucking just waiting
from
for
your
me.
school.
Yeah. It's cheeky, man.
My mum used to just let me bunk off though.
Well, that's it. My parents
that's
had
nice.
that as well.
Did you do well in your exams?
Yeah.
Well, did you go to private school?
Yeah.
Which I was going to say which one, I know any of them. I don't know any of them.
Which one was it?
Notting Hill and Ealing High School.
Notting Hill. I haven't heard of that one.
It's not.
Did you grow up around Notting Hill?
No, I grew up in Ealing.
Okay.
How much it cost?
I actually have no idea.
I reckon.
Well, yeah, you weren't paying it, were you?
Yeah.
What do you reckon? 5 G's a term?
5 G's a term.
It's all right.
I don't
What's
more.
that?
I reckon more.
How many terms in a year?
I've looked
3?
into.
Haven't you got kids?
15 grand a year.
Oh yeah, that could be about
I
right.
think that checks out.
Yeah, that sounds
Westminster's
good.
like 60k,
Fuck.
isn't it?
I looked at a private
60 G.
primary school near where I live because now I've got a little
I'll teach
girl.
your kid for
Do you?
60 G's.
So she's only 16 months, but
Right.
just out of
You're gonna
curiosity.
throw her in
So
boarding
you've
school.
both got kids.
Yeah.
Shit.
But I basically.
Were you scared of that?
I really want kids.
Do you?
Yeah, they're
Can I have
great.
one? Do you want
He's got loads. You can have one of them.
How many have you got?
But
Got loads.
You're being very vague. You're
5.
You've got 5 kids. What ages?
big old.
Can we mute the mic so I give away my age?
No, we cannot. Just say the window.
A lot of different ages.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your oldest one?
20.
Okay, so we can.
Youngest is 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same woman?
No.
Different.
2 ex-baby mamas.
2 ex and 1 current.
But it's all good. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I am getting to a point now where I feel like a deep instinctive warmth every time I see a baby running, like a toddler.
Yeah.
Away from you.
Yeah, towards, away, just the jiggle of the cheeks.
Oh.
It does something deep to me.
They are
Got
so
any little
they're well
nieces or
fun.
nephews or anything?
I do. Well, my cousins have got some kids that are.
Have you met them?
They're beautiful. Yeah,
Oh.
gorgeous. Well, some of
To get you broody.
yeah, but I mean, I can't. Not now.
No, I mean it's fucking hard. It's
years.
fucking hard. Like not
Yeah.
hard. I mean hard's the wrong word, but it is.
10
It's
years.
all it's time consuming. So unless you're ready to go, like, I'm going to give up all my free time.
I also think
There's no point.
I've done some stand up about this recently, but like I really think that I was born to be a MILF. Like I just think that's when I'm going to come into my powers.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is peak me.
Right.
That's good.
I think that MILF will be peak me.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
a good. I mean,
and then
also
gilf,
Yeah, with a DILF.
with
then
what's a DILF?
a dead person I'd like to fuck.
Yeah. When
What's
I
a
want a
DILF?
kitchen island, it's a dad. Dad I like to fuck.
Oh.
Okay. It is that. Like
could
me,
just
what?
fuck each other.
My wife was
Cancel it
39
out.
40 when our daughter was born.
Okay.
So it's that thing where she didn't feel like she's missing out on anything. She's done enough. She's partied. She's travelled. She's done all that stuff. And like, I think we both were like, we've had enough fun.
It's time
Let's
to
fucking settle down.
and have a baby.
And how's things in the bedroom?
Non-existent because we've got a baby in the bedroom with us.
Did you find her more attractive when she was pregnant?
Not more, but it definitely not less as well. It wasn't like I was like, "Fucking, she's putting on a bit of it." You know what I mean? Like it was just, it was a
That's
lovely
really
thing to watch.
personal question I asked. Sorry, I didn't mean to ask.
That's fine.
It's all right.
I'm brutally honest
It's
about
all right,
everything,
innit?
so it's fine.
You're supposed to have a bit of a gap after they're born before you start
Well,
tapping.
literally, the baby comes out and you dive in.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
can you
Oh,
open
really?
them
What,
stirrups
'cause
a bit, Doc?
Is it so torn up?
No, not at all. It would just be a bit weird to be rushing in there. And
Was
Why
Twyla
is it
cesarean?
no, she was natural birth.
Yeah, yeah.
But what started this conversation was I looked at a private school near me
Yeah.
because I was like, I'd love to be able to send us to private school, and it's a weird thing to say because I grew up
You're gonna
poor.
get some hate.
I grew up in a council flat, and I know some
I
people,
like the self-esteem of the people that go to private schools.
but not just. Also, it's
Can you tell it on me?
yeah,
when you're you're very
Really?
yeah.
confident.
You've got an entitlement, but it's not. I'm not.
Do you reckon your
Not
confidence
in a
comes
bad
from your ex-fatness or your private school education?
I think it's a heady mixture.
I didn't mean
of the two.
entitlement. That
Perfect.
sounds like a negative thing, but you've got kind of like.
Presence. That's.
I mean,
me
slow
calling
down,
myself
honey. But
fat.
like, not really.
I know what you mean.
Joking.
It's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah,
Okay.
like private
Interesting.
school. If you want to find a table in a restaurant where you're with a private school mate, they'll take charge.
well, mate, I mention him a lot on this podcast, but Jimmy McGee, one of my
Yeah,
very
he'll
good
walk
friends in
in like-
comedy, Jimmy.
Right, I deserve that table.
It's not. Jimmy's one of the people that will complain about a bill in a restaurant,
yeah,
and I'll be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm just going to pay it and
Do you
then
do
moan
that?
about it
No, but
afterwards.
no, I don't complain.
Right.
I really am not. I'm a not make a fuss person.
Okay. Well,
I'll
that
never send
bloody
something
money
back.
your parents spent was wasted.
Yeah, I'll never.
That's what he meant to come out with.
Yeah, mate. How many years was it?
The whole way through.
And what did you get in your GCSEs?
I got 7 A stars, 3 A's.
Oh.
Which isn't that. It's not that good actually.
What do you mean it's not that good?
was actually
If any
below
A
average
stars is good,
school.
And what
surely.
about your A levels?
I got an A star, 2 A's.
What did
In
you?
what subjects?
History of art and English.
And then uni. What uni?
I went to Cambridge.
Oh fucking hell!
Get the
That is the
fuck out of
that
here,
is the
posh
progression.
Snobby entitled.
It's a horrible thing to admit.
But this is
I
what
must
this
say.
is the thing about the private schools, right?
It was a secret until I'm outing myself.
Yeah,
on
but this is
podcast.
this is the
Aw,
problem,
we're very
right?
honoured. That's an amazing film. I'd be boasting.
Well, this is
about
this
it
is
all
because
day.
we're working class. Working
Yeah.
class people would love that shit.
Yeah.
Middle class people are ashamed of it.
I feel
It's the
shame, yeah.
weirdest thing.
I'll never mention it to people, especially comedians.
Why is that?
Because also then people will be like, oh, well, if you're one of those Cambridge comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna say that. But what
Obviously,
I mean,
we're going to fucking take the
Obviously,
arse
that's
off
what-
you when you're on the stage. Fucking Cambridge. and shit.
every WhatsApp group fucking Cambridge.
Get
the
off
moment
us.
anything. But
Yeah.
at the same, genuinely, I find it
Why don't you
fascinating that
become a doctor
people
or
are so
something?
ashamed of it.
Because I did history of art at uni.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that mean?
That's not what you
As in,
want
like,
somebody
Tell the
fucking
patients about shit.
surgeons
patient
about to work
paintings.
on you.
My brother's a doctor.
What?
Though,
Oh, is he? Of course.
Yeah.
He- What about why history of art?
because it was easy to get into Oxbridge.
Nah, but what?
Oxford. Why say Oxbridge?
Because that's what you
Um,
say, isn't it?
That's both of them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's both of them.
But
But
you-
you're only allowed to apply to one.
Ah.
Are you really?
Yeah, I think so.
Fucking
My friend got a
cheeky
scholarship
cunts.
actually. He went to a normal school.
Really?
Went to my backwards school, and he got a
Really?
scholarship there. Yeah.
Wh-
He
so
was
which
super
one?
bright. I don't know one of them. The maths he did.
Oh.
The
maths he
maths.
did. The maths he
I actually
did.
was doing GCSEs in lockdown. I'm really smart at maths. Like
Are you?
gifted, I'm told. Yeah.
Really?
2 + 2. Come on, fire away.
5 minus 8.
Well, that's -3.
That
You
is
said that like
correct.
the narrator
That really
in Hell.
scared me.
I actually panicked when I tried to corroborate
Like
it.
my solar plex just heat up. Don't do that again. Stop that. Because I'm not gifted, but
You can do it.
I can do it. Yeah.
You can whip it out.
I was very capable. Mensa got it. Like I had a meeting with
Really?
Mensa. Yeah.
So you started stand up at uni then?
Before.
We talk
got a
about
fly
me
on your
being
head.
clever still.
So what when you so did you
started
ever
when
have
I was-
plans with your degree to go into something, or did you
Oh,
think I
no.
want to do comedy?
I thought I wanted to do comedy.
Oh, that's good.
Well,
Who inspired you?
Ali Wong.
Oh, she's really
Ali
good.
Wong, who's that?
Um,
Oh, Ali Wong, American.
Pregnant all the time.
It's
Oh,
her
that
thing.
one.
Yeah, it's
That's her
thing.
style of comedy.
Yeah. She's
MILF.
fucking sick. MILF. Yeah, big time MILF.
So America. So is that your sort of? Are you somebody who's into the American comedians?
Yeah, big time. Well, and I used to like go to like. Do you remember the Invisible Dot?
Oh, yeah, I do remember the Invisible Dots.
I used to go to the Invisible Dot on
Isn't
my
that
own
Two North
as an
Down
overweight
there?
17-year-old.
It was at Two North Down. Yeah.
And I'd watch like Phil Wang, Liam Williams.
Yeah.
Any comedians or?
Hey!
No,
Not
Just to
really,
clarify,
Phil.
they're both very funny guys.
Love Phil Wang.
And Liam Williams. Liam Williams was great. Liam
I
Williams,
don't know Liam.
Liam was one of the most
But I love
begrudging
him too.
comedians I've ever known. Like,
Oh, really?
well, you know, some
He's reluctant to be a comedian.
yeah, he has that sort of slightly. I knew loads of people. It's like Joe Wilkinson's a good example of somebody who sort of does it but hates
Ernest
it.
Hemingway of comedy.
Yeah, he sort of feels like he feels like somebody's forced him to do it.
Yeah.
Like he's on stage and you're
I
like,
know,
mate, no
yeah.
one's made you be here.
Get off.
And it's like yeah,
Just
I
bring me
like
on.
that. Yeah,
Go
I
on.
like that sort
It's
of.
hateful. He's got a hateful.
Yeah, there's something to be said for like because the opposite is the worst. People that are too keen to be comedians,
A
like
hey
people
guys
like
comedian.
so excitable,
Just to be a
open
comedian,
spots.
yeah. It's like, fucking chill out.
It's also because there's many ways of being a comedian, but like just doing the odd gig, doing a gig doesn't mean you're
Some
a
of us,
comedian.
it calls that. It calls us. Some
Yeah.
of us.
Wow,
Exactly.
that's a big thing to say. Doing a
What?
gig doesn't make you.
And it sounded ruder than I meant it as well.
That was very rude.
I know, but and it wasn't aimed at you.
What was your
Look, just because
degree?
you did a couple
What
of
was your
gigs
degree in?
together.
History of art, I just said.
Oh, I thought it was your A level.
No, I did an A level in history of art as well, though.
Okay.
I just heard the vape.
Fair enough.
That's quite ASMR.
It is a bit
vibes.
actually. Don't do that one. It's disgusting.
Ooh.
But so you've been going since you were 18 years old.
17.
17. Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Fucking hell.
That is-
I couldn't have done it when I was 17.
Not hardcore. Like
No.
I did like a few open mic gigs when I was in sixth form, and then
That's brave.
I did like a couple in my first year, and then like I did lots of sketchy stuff.
And
Yeah.
you lost the weight before you did that. Not
No,
Not to
I
go
was
back to
actually-
not to keep going
Not
back
to
to the
lie,
way.
it's on that, just some interest in
my
your
first set was
journey.
about being fat.
Really?
Ah.
Yeah.
Do you
And
remember
what was
some of the
the,
jokes?
And actually, no, I don't. But I do remember there was a moment where I was still running with the fat material, and I was getting dirty looks from.
Yeah, I mean
the
you
crowd.
can't
And
do it.
actually, then I was like, oh, I think now I've lost
Real
enough
fat
weight.
people looking at you thinking,
Yeah,
you ain't fat.
Exactly.
No.
I had to
I'm
stop.
fat.
I had to cut out the fat material after a while.
Definitely. I think you can only talk about it if because otherwise it sounds like you're
Yeah.
either
fat
sounds like
shaming other
you're
people
yeah, definitely.
who are bigger than you.
Yeah. That's true.
So now I don't do that. Even though I feel fat, I can never do comedy about feeling fat. Actually, no, that's not true. I do comedy about feeling fat.
You could talk about you used to be fat.
Yeah, and it was fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it could sound like you're
Yeah.
sort of going. I used to be
It's
one
a
of
very,
you lot.
it's a topic that people. It's
I don't
a
think you
war
should
zone.
fat shame people. It's horrible,
No,
isn't it? Because
of
it's
course.
just like
You
someone
just did about 12 minutes ago.
well, you shouldn't be a fat cunt. No, but like, you shouldn't. I don't think you because it's like someone.
Yeah, I completely agree.
It's like they got an addiction, but you can see their addiction,
Totally.
can't you? You know,
Yeah,
everyone's got their
yeah,
own
yeah.
issue.
Yeah,
You know, that was very profound and empathetic of me.
yeah, it was. That's quite out of character.
But also, some
Yeah.
people might just
I'll snap
be
back
all right.
out of it.
A lot of people are
Yeah.
just cool with it.
I don't know, but
Do you know
like,
what I mean?
Some
but you
people-
should
yeah.
also say, you know, like being fat isn't really healthy.
A lot of things aren't really healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Like smoking,
Vaping.
vaping,
Yeah.
yeah, drinking too much coffee,
Podcasting.
I mean,
podcasting.
it's not mentally healthy. I'll say that.
No.
Yeah.
For free.
What is the effect that this podcast has had on your mental health?
I think
It
it's. I think I
soothes it.
lose
You lose health.
IQ every
Oh,
episode.
really?
It comes down
my
0.5.
brain function is in retrograde since I
Okay.
started this podcast. I used to be really clever and had good vocabulary.
And it goes
Had
back.
good vocabulary.
You had good vocab.
I had good vocabulary.
I could
pre-podcast.
I used to have
could talk
sick
good, innit?
vocabulary.
I've got
sick
better
one, yeah?
vocabulary.
Yeah, and now I have terrible vocabulary.
And because I was like, I wasn't the best at school, even though I did all right in the end. But
Your GCSEs, you did quite
I
well.
did all right. I pulled myself together by then. But like, my vocabulary's definitely improved a lot in adulthood. But that's through reading. I read.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't.
Which I think that's sort of, that is the exercising
What
of the
books do you-
brain.
Do you like a novel?
Do you know what? I'm actually, the last sort of, I used to read a lot of fiction. In the last decade, I've hardly read a novel. It's all non-fiction.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of non-fiction?
I tend to stick to philosophy.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
What, like real
life philosophy.
like
I've just recently reread is always a cool thing to say pre-book, isn't it? Marcus Aurelius's Meditations.
No
Oh, I
way.
like that geezer. Stoicism.
I like that
I
geezer.
love that you read that and then you go on and you do material about original source and how you should
shower
never have a
gels.
cold arsehole.
Would never be clever on stage. That's the rule, isn't it? Always be the
Yeah.
dumbest person in the room, but not be.
But not
that's,
be.
That's
but,
that's a
but
comedy
be,
I
but
like.
not be, yeah.
Yeah, I like looking so
He
much
wrote
dumber
about-
on stage.
He wrote
than I
about
am.
like Stoicism, didn't he? And
He was one of the big purveyors of Stoicism. Yeah, but
He was like stoicism equals good.
yeah, that was his formula. Yeah, he came up with that. You've read it. Oh, cool. That's good to know.
I have a tattoo of that.
But yeah, that's sort of I'd love a bit of philosophy.
Really?
If I could go back and study something, I'd do a philosophy degree.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. But then I was
quite into
what's
philosophy
the point
at uni,
of
actually.
it's
doing
just
that?
where does it go though?
Well, I mean, he doesn't have to have a
But you-
purpose.
You're not
You
thinking
see-
too much
But what's-
about life and
Someone that
getting
loves a
depressed.
rumination.
Yes.
Loves to just sit and have a chat about
I do like that. Somebody who said that. Somebody else asked me what I listened to. I did. Josh Widdicombe and Rob Beckett have got a parenting podcast. It's very funny, and I did their podcast when my daughter was very young, and I would always go out for walks with her on my chest on the carrier, and just go out for long walks, and it was really nice. And they said to me, "What do you listen to when you're out walking?" And I was like, "I don't listen to anything."
A baby crying.
Well, she'd be asleep, and I was like, "I don't listen to anything." They were like, "What? You just walk for like an hour without listening to anything? Like, what do you do?" And I was
Yeah,
like,
that is mental.
"Is it really?"
It's
Yeah.
good for you though, I think.
I do it all the
I
time.
can't do that.
My phone died on the way here, and I
you
had
could
about.
charge
A
it.
panic attack.
I had a panic attack. I couldn't. It was horrible.
Plug it in, charge it up.
It's charging right now.
Okay, really. See, that's but that is something that
A bit of practical help there.
But it's
Yeah.
you have to actively try. It's something you have to practice in the modern age to not
Yeah.
look at screens and
Yeah,
not
you
do that.
do.
Like I'd
I
like.
just get a bit too overstimulated on the tube. I get too hot as well. Today's the first day I've cracked out a thermal
It was,
vest.
but I think it's because we're in that mid-range temperature.
Transition.
So it's the most boring thing I'll say. But the last few days, I've messed up my layers.
Yeah.
Right, I've got on the tube with a jacket, a jumper, and a t-shirt.
No pants.
Fucking, yeah, I've got my dick out and shoes on.
Oh,
but
I've got to dress from the waist down.
But yeah, it's a hard. This is a hard temperature to dress for.
I just asked Google what the weather.
What do I wear
Do you?
today?
Yeah.
Are you one of them?
Hey Google, what's the temperature today?
I also check the temperature, but then I never really know what it means. So today it said 13 degrees, and I thought probably that means it's going to be a bit nippy.
But that's
I
fine.
put on this, which is a Uniqlo thermal vest.
Oh, I'm not. Is it
And
heat tech?
It's heat tech.
Fucking don't never risk a heat tech in this temperature.
A scientist was mentioned when I bought this.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean? But actually, while I was on the tube, I was thinking, actually, this is too scientific because I'm fucking boiling.
Yes.
This has been too much.
Heat tech.
Too many
I will,
peer reviews have happened to this thermal vest.
I will recommend their. Fuck off, this is how boring I am now. But Uniqlo are amazing
Isn't
for
it
a base
Uniglo-
layer.
Isn't it
Yeah, they-
Uniglow?
Uniqlo,
No.
Oh, I thought it was Uniglow, bruv.
right? This is a genuine tip for listeners,
Yeah.
viewers.
Heat tech.
Heat, not just heat tech, but any base layer. Uniqlo is
Really?
it's a go-to. Like if you want just a plain white or black t-shirt that's cheap but good quality, Uniqlo. Your
Lasts.
boxer shorts.
You've pronounced it so many different ways.
Yeah, I change it every time. It's the thing I do. Uniqlo. Uniqlo. Yeah, I don't know which one of those it is.
I've got a Uniglow. I've always thought it
I
was
used to-
Uniglow. I've got a jumper.
But yeah, they're
Jumper.
underlayers. Oh, fucking leggings, or like like a.
You wear leggings?
No, but what them ones? Long johns.
Do you wear jeggings?
No, but them long johns you wear. I had to buy some
wear
for
trousers over the
skiing,
top?
Yeah.
and I bought
skiing.
heat tech leggings, meggings.
I'm gonna have to get some long
jeggings. I
johns.
don't know what they're called,
Jeggings.
but they're fucking
Jeggings were a
so
big craze.
for women, not
Yeah,
for men.
try
It
being
didn't-
obese and wearing jeggings. Good luck.
It would look like you're just wearing normal jeans, but your legs are slightly big. Sorry.
I
But
should cut that out. I'm
I
gonna
feel
get,
bad on fat people. Like,
Yeah,
I've
let's
not,
cut all
I've
this
not,
out,
I've not
because
said
I've-
anything
no,
bad.
it goes out as live.
We don't cut anything out, by the way.
We live and die by.
No, but
our bad
all I want to say is
choices.
the hatred that it sounds like I'm spewing is only towards me.
It's
This is
can I
that's
ju- Can I
totally-
just say it's
yeah.
possible to be fat and healthier than someone who's
Of
skinny?
course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I just have
And
to
also,
say
like,
that.
this table is concealing the motherfucker of all muffin tops. So everyone be aware of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what were we talking about before we talked about base layers? Let me just check. Right, we've still got about 10 minutes before we wrap it up. We were in a conversation, then we started talking about Uniqlo.
The tube, no phone.
No phone. Oh, that's it. Yes. See, this is how we've all got fucking ADHD
Your thoughts
now.
are in such good order.
We can't
Are they?
focus
Yeah.
on conversations.
They're not.
You should practice it. Practice just not. Do you know what the thing I do, which really helps, is I've got a Kindle,
Okay.
and I read that when I go to bed in the evening. I don't look at my phone. I read Kindle before I sleep.
And watch TV.
Yeah, have a podcast on. It's got shit going down.
My iPad.
No, but I just
That's very good sleep hygiene.
yeah, it's a sort of a
Sleep
cleanse of the
hygiene.
day. And even though you're looking at a screen, the Kindles are designed
I
to
take
like,
a
not
melatonin spray and
in your eyes.
in my fucking eyeballs. Line of coke and I'm good to kick.
Exactly,
bruv.
mate. I've got a mate who used to be able to fall asleep on hardcore drugs. He's got
Sure, he wasn't collapsing.
He's got this amazing sort of
It's called a heart attack.
no, but like metabolism. Where I remember like
She had to wake up.
we'd all do MDMA and stuff,
Really?
and we'd be like, right, well, this is us up till tomorrow. My mate would just do MDMA,
Just a
and
love-
about half an hour later, be like, right, guys, I'm off to bed. See you later, and he'd just go and have the
Just
best
a
sleep.
loving dream.
He did acid. He did acid for the first time and just went to bed.
Surely that's
Oh.
a waste. That's wasting it.
Yeah.
Well, some people's bodies it just doesn't work for, isn't it?
Although you're dreaming, I bet his dreams are a bit fucked up.
He's quite
Yeah.
a straight-laced sort of guy. I reckon he just had normal dreams.
Sociopath.
Wow.
A little bit. Like he once told me he read
Zuckerberg.
he read John Ronson's psychopath test,
I've got that at home.
and
Yet to
you've had
read.
it. I know you've had for about over a year
I
on
know.
your chest of drawers. But he said he read that, and he very much associated with the psychopath end of that spectrum.
At
Interesting.
least he's not murdering and stuff.
Oh no, he's a I don't think he would
Yes.
ever go that far.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a good book. You should read it.
Almost like a Maya paedophiles that don't do anything about it.
that's not
What's
taken out of
doing anything
context.
Is
We're not acting on it, not molesting a kid.
yeah. But what about where's the line? Having stuff on your computer?
Yeah, I mean,
but
that
doing
would fall
something.
into acting.
Yeah,
that would
that's
act it. That's
Yeah,
acting.
that's
They're only
Yeah.
allowed to, but are they
You're
allowed?
encouraging
Yeah.
the trafficking
That's-
of
Okay,
children.
this to push that thought experiment to its logical conclusion. How do you feel about them imagining themselves doing things to kids?
I mean, that's harmless.
Okay, glad we got that cleared up. There you go, everyone. Just
But it's only.
I know, I mean, it is harmless,
With
but it's
like
still not a
sexual
nice.
with sexual things like that, I suppose it always goes a bit further every 18 months with me. But like once you get a kink, it goes a little bit further, So the
Yeah,
next thing.
just-
That's why you got to keep shit vanilla.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It just gets sicker and sicker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Keep things vanilla, and you'll be
Yeah.
happy. You will not die fucking with a noose around your neck hanging off out of a
Yeah.
wardrobe. You know what
I
I
feel
mean?
like that's not
my
just the
that's
case.
my goal in life is to
Exactly.
not
With
die.
sexual things, that's the
tossing
case with
myself
everything.
off.
That was very much the case with food for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I never started with a roll of Lotus biscuits.
No, that was the end. That
You
was
never
sort
start
of
with
that
one
was the
biscuit.
that ends. It's that thing with, it does start but it's almost like drugs, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
eating a whole Sara Lee chocolate gatto,
Yeah.
like with your bedroom door locked. That is the sort of culmination of like it'd be like doing crack in an
Yeah,
alleyway. That's
yeah,
when
yeah,
you end
yeah.
up in that
Yeah.
state. You know, I
And
mean,
that's
it's
yeah,
obviously
when you
not
have a
equatable.
slight
with that.
moment of like body, like you dissociation when you come out of your body and you're like, oh, I just did that.
Yeah,
This behaviour is happening now.
yeah.
It's like cocaine. When you first do it, it's with your mates, it's sociable. Then a couple of years later, like,
doing a school run on it.
yeah. Or like you're not telling anyone it's in your pocket.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, and then
I've luckily, I mean, I've
it's
had
time
periods in my life where that.
it's time for crack.
Yeah. I've had some of my lowest moments of self-awareness have been on coke.
Just
and this I'm
dropping
talking
back.
years ago, but I'm talking like proper out of body.
Is
Look
coke
at the
vegan?
state of
I
yourself.
know, especially when you're over a
Is it
mirror.
vegan?
It is not vegan. Luckily, I think the times I'm talking about are pre-vegan.
What is it mixed with besto?
Well, I mean, it's not vegan.
Chicken.
It's
You used
not
to get the chicken stuff.
I mean, it's technically vegan if you think in terms of
In
ingredients.
terms
but
of human impact.
yeah, I mean, in terms of if you think of veganism as a sort of what's the word, a non-violent peace movement
Yeah,
of
then
trying
it's
to
not
not cause
vegan.
harm to other
but
living
it's got
creatures.
no animal products in it, though, is it?
No, but it's all about.
Unless you
I
mix
think,
it up.
I think about veganism
What's the
technically as
reason behind
living
veganism
creatures.
for you? Is it animal cruelty? Is it the planet?
Mine was animals. It was more like just I felt guilty.
Do you
that
love them?
I'm not an animal lover at all. I don't have pets, got no interest in animals.
Really?
But I did feel guilty that one of them had to die for me to eat something.
Sure.
So it was more that I felt...
You respected them.
Well, I mean, I leave them be. Let them be. They leave me alone. I leave them alone.
Yeah,
That's the rule.
Mine was health, really. I went into it for that, Just because it's the healthiest diet, isn't it?
If done right,
Is it?
obviously.
When it's done right, yeah.
Done wrong, it's not.
I would have thought that, like, you look like the kind of person that thinks like boiled chicken and rice is the
Why are
healthy.
you sizing me up like that? I'm not a piece of meat.
You just look like a chicken and rice guy.
You look like a chicken, doesn't he? Though.
What, no
I can see what you
vegetables?
mean.
You look like a
No
chicken, rice,
fruit.
and broccoli guy.
Yeah.
3 times a day.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, gym is someone who goes to the gym and only eat. Yeah, I've got mates who go to the gym and are pumped
How do you get your
up,
protein?
and all they do is
How much protein are you having a day? Grams.
About a gram for every pound of body weight.
what's that? What's that mean?
That's insanely technical.
I've just fired that out there because
So
I've read that's what you should do.
If you weigh
I have
200 pounds, you have to have 200 grams.
I mean, if
of
you want to
protein.
put on muscle,
Why are we using pounds? What is it? Is this the 60s? What the fuck is that?
because
in,
it's
like-
easier just for the maths of doing the protein. I
Right.
think. Yeah, that's.
But what is a
it
pound? What's a pound?
I'm not that technical, really.
That's a lot of protein.
You can do. I mean, you could easily do it with meat. It's really easy to do with meat.
Okay.
Like 100 grams of chicken is like 30 grams of protein.
So
But can't.
That's not a lot.
And
really.
this is the only scientific thing I've ever read about protein. I don't know anything about protein, but I read your body can't process more than 20 grams at one sitting.
Yeah,
So
the
if you
jury's
eat,
out a little bit. There's
if
not
you
been
eat
that
30
much
grams, it
research.
just wastes 10 grams.
Yeah.
So these people that are like sort of eating a fucking chicken breast and drinking a
But they do
protein
it, that's
shake
why
with
they-
50 grams of protein,
Yeah,
they're not actually getting 50 grams of protein.
Yeah, but the jury's out on it a little bit. The research hasn't been totally like done, really.
Right.
They've not got enough money to sort of do it. So they
Let's
sort of
put some
test-
money behind it. Let's
they
get this
test it
test
on
done,
like
team.
10 or 20 people or something. But
Okay.
yeah, that's why they do it. Like bodybuilders would do it every like 3 hours they'd eat.
Yeah, yeah.
They,
Yeah,
for that, for the
Because
protein
you can process it.
synthesis.
That's all I know
you
about
can
it.
assimilate
I'm an idiot when it comes
But
to this.
tofu's
Yeah, I don't know
protein,
anything.
beans protein,
beans.
Tofu's a
quinoa is good.
protein.
Quinoa.
Quinoa. Am I saying it right?
Quinoa. Yeah.
I say quinoa. But you
Quinoa.
stress the A.
Quinoa.
Quinoa.
It's better than
What's
quinoa.
the
You know,
other thing?
quinoa.
Quinoa.
Some people
that's
would
what
say
my stepdad
quinoa.
says. He also says couscous.
Oh no. My mate's dad used to do it, and we'd all laugh. And I think it became a self-fulfilling prophecy of him mispronouncing stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But initially, it was definitely not his choice. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
of
Like he used to refer to Oasis, the band,
Yeah.
as the Wassis brothers. That sort of level of mistake.
That sounds like he's having a stroke.
Yeah, it probably is.
He might have been.
Those Wassis
That
brothers.
sounds like a cry for help.
Yeah, he's Scottish, so
Okay.
there was some, accent
Language
involved.
barrier.
Yeah,
It's
language.
obviously an IQ deficit. Not really Scottish people.
We
I
should
feel
wrap
like I'm
it up
being
in
a right
minute.
arsehole today.
Yeah, me too. I feel like this is the most provocative I've been on a podcast.
I feel
Good.
like I've come out of it smelling of roses.
I feel like I haven't. I feel like I'm
So
gonna
there
get
we go.
cancelled.
There's always got to be one good guy.
Yeah.
Today that was me.
Couple of bad boys, isn't we?
Yeah.
I'll be the good one. Read my stoicism.
Uh-huh.
Never badmouth anyone.
Is that what they say?
Not in those words, because it was
Is it?
written 2,000 years ago. Never badmouth anyone, bro.
Yeah. What did they say back then? Doth.
Well, I mean, it is one of the key things is to not talk,
Mind
not
your
waste
business.
language.
He who
on
casts
other
the
people.
stone.
Shit, that's all I do.
He who casts the
Then
first
you're not
stone.
stoic.
Gossip is like oxygen to me.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
It's so
I love it. I
fun.
really try and resist it.
Yeah.
You
can't.
It's hard,
So-
but
I even talk to like
I'm
people
trying
on the
to at the
phone, like,
minute.
let's not slag anyone off.
yeah,
And then we're
yeah.
like, before we know it, we're fucking in there, man.
But you know, like,
I'm
in-
the kind of person that's like, what do you think of this person? I'm not going for.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Can't
that's
name
don't-
someone. We'll keep this for patrons.
No, I can't.
Come on. have you met on the that you've worked with in comedy that you
we can
didn't?
actually put some. Do you know what? We can.
Come on.
Technically,
Okay, you go
it can
first.
end.
You go first.
This is just for patrons.
Well, if you want, we can wrap it up and then we can leave. Can we chuck a couple of minutes on for Patreon at the end? Right. Let's wrap it up and then we'll do a little Patreon extra.
Okay.
Thanks, Bella Hole, for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. It's been a
people,
pleasure.
people can find you online and look out for you because you're very funny.
that's
we get
very
together a
kind.
couple of times recently. It's been great.
It's been really fun.
So do that.
Can people please like our YouTube channel. It's
subscribe to it.
Subscribe to it. I say like, subscribe suggests pay, but it's free, obviously.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/wearetvi.
Yes, cool.
Boom.
And sign up to Patreon because we're doing another get together, innit?
Yeah.
On the 7th of November.
12 p.m. in the day afternoon.
Yeah.
Sunday.
good admin doing there. Let's wrap it up then now.
My education
Thanks for
was free.
listening, everyone. And we're going to stay on and chat just quick 5 minutes about people. Thanks, Bella. Thanks, everyone.
No problem. Thanks so much.
Protein.